Hi Sophia, it's Jared, and this is your video lesson for the week. Right here on the video, what we're going to look at is the A minor scale. We're going to look at all the notes. We've been working on the pentatonic scale, which includes some of the notes, but we're going to learn them all in that scale. And we're also going to look at the chords for Wonderwall, that new song that you're going to start learning. And also still below, right here in the video, I'm leaving it up with how to play Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. That it's at the 8.5 minute mark when I start playing the song. And also in your song example section, I'm playing it at, I believe it's about 50 BPM. So it's going a little slow. You can play along with that and take your time with it. Just you have the parts for it. It's just a matter of getting your left hand moving a little quicker for it. So take your time and practice that. We'll work on it some more this week. But let's go ahead and get started with the A minor scale, the full scale. So what we've learned so far is the pentatonic, which we know at the 5th fret we could play it there. There's 1, which is on the 5th fret, 1, 4, and I'm going to say the fingers you're using. 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4. Okay, we're going to change it up a little. We're going to add some notes. So let me play the full A minor scale for you, okay? And then I'll go through how we're going to play it. Same notes, just adding a few more. And I also added it in your sheet music section, and I'll explain it how that looks in a minute. First, I want to go through how to play it. So, on the 6th string, at the 5th fret, just like before, we start in the same place, but we're going to go 1st finger on the 5th fret, 3rd finger on the 7th fret, we're adding that, and your 4th finger on the 8th fret. 1, 3, 4, once again, 1, 3, 4, 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret. Okay, and for you, I know it's hard to do that stretch between the 5th and the 8th, so after you play the 5th, go ahead, you can move your fingers down a little and play 7th and 8th. Okay, on the 5th string, exact same thing again. 1st finger, 3rd finger, 4th finger on the same frets. 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret. So for what we have so far, go back. 6th string, 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret. Moving up to the 5th string, 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret. Okay. Next string. This one's easy. You already know how to do this one. With your 1st finger, 5th fret, 3rd finger, 7th fret. That's it. So far to recap, on the 6th string, 1st finger on the 5th fret, 3rd finger on the 7th fret, 4th finger on the 8th fret. 5th string is the same thing. 1st finger on the 5th fret, your 3rd finger on the 7th fret, your 4th finger on the 8th fret. Next string up, your 1st finger on the 5th fret, and your 3rd finger on the 7th fret. That's actually the scale, all the notes in it. This is 1 octave, and I'll kind of get into that, what an octave exactly is, but that's the scale. But we're going to repeat it again and play it again. Okay? But we're going to keep, now we're going to use these top strings to keep playing the scale, okay? So we have 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3. We do a little bit of a switch here. This is tricky. And I'm going to show you one way to play it on this video, and I want you to practice it this way. If we're having trouble, we can make an adjustment this week, but try it this way as best you can, okay? And by the way, I'm not concerned with you playing this scale fast at all. You could go, wait, and then the next note. Take your time. I want you to get the scale, your fingers down, so take your time. Play it really slow, okay? So, as we were. Next is on this 3rd string. You're going to shift, actually, because we've been in the 5th position. Just for this one string, we're going to shift and move our first finger to the 4th fret. Okay? So it's a little different there. And we're going to go 4th fret, 1st finger, 2nd finger on the 5th fret, pinky, 4th finger on the 7th fret. 4, 5, 7. So we do a little shift from 5th position to 4th position. Let me show you from the beginning. 5th, 7th, 8th fret, 5th, 7th, 8th fret, 5th, 7th, shift on the 3rd string, 4 with your 1st finger, 5th fret with your 2nd finger, 4th fret with your pinky or 4th finger. Okay? Now, that was the only string we do that on. After that, we shift back here to our 5th position, okay? So that was just one little string, we do a little change. But the cool thing is, if you remember right here, we did 1st finger. When we shifted, we did 1st finger, 2nd finger, 4th finger. We're shifting back here on the 2nd string to 5th position, but we're going to do, again, 1st finger, 2nd finger on the 6th fret, pinky on the 8th fret. So the same fingering, 1, 2, 4, except we switch up to this string and to the 5th position. 1, 2, 4. So just to recap again. 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7. 4th position on the 3rd string. 1, 2, 4. Switch back to 5th position. 1, 2, 4. Okay, now the 1st string is the same as this bottom string. Always remember that. Because it's the high E. Well, this is the low E. But they're the exact same thing. 1, 3, 4. 1st finger, 5th fret. 3rd finger, 7th fret. Pinky, 8th fret. Okay? One more time. I'm going to play really slow for you, and you play along. 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7. Shift down to 4th position. 1, 2, 4. Shift back up to 5th position. 1, 2, 4. And then on the top string. 1, 3, 4. I know that's a lot. That's going to be a lot of notes. It's going to seem a little weird at first. I have it tabbed out for you, okay? And in the music, there are the notes and the tab below it. In between the tab, under the notes, in between the notes and the tab, you'll see numbers 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3. Those are a reminder of what fingers to use when doing this scale. Like I said, if you have trouble doing this shift here to the 4th position, back to 5th, there's a way around it. We can do that if you're having trouble, but I really want you to practice it this week with using that. So that's the A minor scale, and then after you get that down, we can do some more notes with your improvising. That'll be kind of cool when we get there. Anyway, that's the A minor scale. Now I want to show you the chords for the song you're going to be working on, Wonderwall. So, I told you the song is it's really easy. Mainly because you're only going to need to move these 2 fingers with the chords that you're playing. If you remember, your pinky is always going to be on this 3rd fret 1st string, and your 3rd finger is going to be on the 2nd string 3rd fret. Those 2 are basically living there for this whole song, okay? The only ones you got to move are these 2 around, and I'm going to show you the chords, okay? So remember, these 2 always stay here on the 1st and 2nd string of the 3rd fret. First chord, okay? I'm not so much worried about you getting in the rhythm. Just get used to moving your fingers to these chords, okay? There's only one chord that's in this song that I'm not going to show you right now because it's a little tougher. When we get to that part of the song, I'll show you. For right now, I just want you to learn the basic chords. Remember, these two are always on here, so I'm not going to really point them out as much because they're always going to be here on this third fret, first and second string. Your first two fingers are going to actually play like an E minor, exactly the same thing, where you have your first finger here on the fifth string second fret, and your second finger here on the fourth string second fret. And you play every string, except, remember, those two fingers are right there. So this is the first chord. It's still like an E minor. We're going to call it E minor for simplicity's sake, okay? And all 6 strings get strummed. Okay? Next chord. It's pretty much it. You remember these two fingers are staying. It's like a G chord, where your third finger is on the third fret of the 6th string, and your first finger is on the 5th string second fret. And we strum them all. And that actually is a G chord. It's a different way of playing it, but it is a G chord. So we have first one, E minor, then to G, and that's cool. All you need to really do is move this your second finger from right here to the 6th string. Next chord. Remember, we're leaving these two down. You take your first finger and you're going to put that on the 3rd string first fret on that A. Okay? Remember, we're leaving these two down. Your first finger goes there. And we're going to play these top 4 strings. Well, let's call this a D chord, because it's a form of a D chord. I don't want to get too much into the technical names of it right now in the video, but it's a D chord. We'll call it that. Don't worry about playing these 2 bottom strings. Remember, top 4 strings. So to recap, the E, G, D, that's where our first finger goes to the 3rd string. Your second finger doesn't do anything. Then your first finger, you move it down 1 string to the 4th string, that same fret though, 2nd fret. So we have and we play, we'll call it an A. Let's call this an A chord. We don't play the 6th string. We play the 5th string, 4th string, open 3rd string, then these top 2 as always. So to recap, E minor, G, D, our first finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret, then our first finger on the 4th string 2nd fret. That's the A. And the only other chord that I want to learn right now, it's just like a G chord. We did this one, it's the C add 9. Except instead of having our first and second fingers on the 5th, 6th, and 5th string, we have them on our second finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th or the 5th string, and our first finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. We looked at this one this week in practice. So it's just like a G chord, except these 2 fingers are up a string, and we don't play the 6th string. So we have E minor, G, D, A, and then C add 9. That's what we're going to eventually get to that. For right now, I just want you to work on playing the chords. Don't worry about the rhythm or anything. Just worry about getting your fingers moving there. Okay, like I said, there's one other chord, but we'll get to that when we get there. These are the main chords of the song. So So just practice those, getting your fingers. Remember, it's pretty easy. We just move our first two. These ones stay put the entire time. So it's cool with just moving these two fingers. We could do a whole song. Anyway, that's your video lesson for the week. It's a little bit of a long one. And also, Swing Low, Sweet Chariots right down there. At 8.5 minutes, that's when I start practicing it in the video. And also in your song examples, that's where you can listen to me playing it for you to play along with as well. Anyway, I want you to have fun practicing this week, Sophie. You're going to enjoy Wonderwall. It's a really easy song, and it's a lot of fun to play. And just really slowly, just work on that A minor scale. Don't worry about speed. Just worry about playing it and getting it right. And we'll be good with it. Anyways, I will see you this Sunday, Sophia. You have a fun week practicing.